I just thought I had to keep working. I knew that he'd be tough to roll and stuff when I'm on top, but I kept going for it, and I just what I could get.
You got it, and you got the win, so congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Back to you guys.
All right, 160-pound action already in place. Another Heidelberg wrestler, Jimmy McBride, who is actually the returning champion from 152 last year, coming in as a junior this year at 23-1. So he has lost one this season, but still a very respectable record.
Aaron Hogg from Vincenza High School, he is in the darker black right there, just scored a takedown on McBride. Comes in at 18-1. He's a senior from Fort Hood, Texas, and didn't place last year, but is looking to pull what I would call an upset if he beats McBride this year. Now,
we've been watching tournament action for the last 2 days here, and this is actually a rematch from the prelim rounds this morning, in which McBride won by, I believe, 2 points this morning.
It was very close and came down right to the wire, and it was a fantastic match, and expect nothing less from these two wrestlers right now. Again, Aaron Hogg is wearing the green anklet, and McBride, just who shot in right there, is wearing the red one. McBride didn't get as deep as he had wanted to on that shot. Hogg did a great job of sprawling back, putting his weight away from him, and is doing a pretty good job of fending off the attack from Jimmy McBride.
You see him pulling back on top, Hogg, trying to get McBride's head away from his hips, because the less balance he has over his hips, the easier it's going to be for him to spin around and get the takedown.
They call the wrestlers out of bounds. Again, remember, if 3 feet are out of bounds, they're going to call it and bring them back to a starting position. Both gentlemen. A quick shot right there from Aaron Hogg might be what he needs to successfully.
McBride, quick on the run around, comes around, gets his 2 points for a takedown, takes advantage of a long shot. And I say a long shot. He didn't set it up. They were a long ways away from each other, and he kind of dove, to be perfectly honest. Didn't keep his hips underneath of him, so actually more of a mistake on Hogg's part, I think, than it was that was capitalized by McBride.
I agree. I think that what Hogg was trying to do was on the whistle shock his opponent into going for a quick shot. However, like you said, he didn't really set it up. Had he gone for a head tap and then into the shot, it could have been the difference between a success and a failure like it was.
McBride taking the top position. Really good also at keeping control. Looks like we're going to end up the first period with a score of 3-2 in favor of McBride here at 160 pounds in the championship matches of the European DoDDS Wrestling Championships 2012.
McBride, again, a returning champion from last year at 152 pounds, knows what it takes, but Aaron Hogg, a senior this year from Vincenza High School, doing everything he can to hold on and show McBride that this is not going to be a runaway.
Quick stand-up by McBride to start off the second period, but Hogg got a hold of that leg and is doing a good job of controlling. Now he's got to be careful. If he grabs that ankle, the referee's going to start to count, and usually about a 5 or a 6 count. They're going to go ahead and call stalling if you hold on to that ankle too long.
Exactly. It's a very effective technique to utilize that, is to take your opponent's mind away from what's really going on. Use that as a illusion like a magician would use, you know, that kind of thing. But obviously he knows what he's doing there and didn't really go for it.
McBride having a hard time standing up after that initial burst he had. Gets up to a tripod position, but with Hogg staying behind his arms there, looks like he's controlling him fairly well from the top right now.
Out of bounds, they'll restart them. McBride should still be on the bottom as Hogg has continued to hold on and keep control. 3-2, 1:08 left in this second period. Again, it's 3 periods long for this DoDDS European Wrestling Championship. This is the 160-pound championship matchup.
We talk about familiarity, and these DoDDS wrestlers, they wrestle each other a lot. But for these two, this is the 5th period that they've wrestled each other in this tournament alone. So you talk about familiarity. These guys really know each other, and that's just from earlier on in the tournament.
Exactly. Like we said, this is a rematch of earlier in the day when they faced each other in the 5th pool of the round-robin portion of it. And McBride ended up winning by just a couple points. And it looks right there, a reversal for McBride, giving him a 5-2 lead. If Hogg is not careful, McBride, a very strong wrestler, might be able to sink in a half Nelson and turn him, which could equal another 2 to 3 back points, putting Hogg in a very tough situation going into the 3rd period. Might possibly see some more of those desperation moves we talked about.
Yeah, McBride, a really, really athletic guy. He's a multi-sport athlete. I know he's big into the football program over there in Heidelberg, and really fast, really athletic, and I think he uses that to his advantage just perfectly here at wrestling.
The restart happened because McBride had moved Hogg's arm to past the 90 degree. The referee thought that it was unsafe. They restarted him. Great job on the ref to monitor those things and not cause injury to the wrestlers.
See, he's fighting for hands right now off top. McBride fighting to pull those hands up underneath of him. He's wanting to run a half Nelson here. He's got one hand in position.
3 seconds left in the second period.
And that's how we're going to end the second period. 5-2 in favor of McBride. 2 minutes left in this 160-pound matchup, barring any overtime situations.
And just like the last matchup we saw with Lejeune continued to press the action, and that's what McBride is going to do for this third period, and expect the same thing from Aaron Hogg of Vincenza High School. Not going to give McBride an inch to rest or a second to rest, is going to push the action. Got
that chicken wing in deep, almost had his back exposed for a minute on the sit-out. Didn't quite pull back hard enough. You saw him digging his chin into Hogg's shoulder, trying to get him turned. He got that half Nelson. He's going to run it, but he's got to get his hips unparalleled to the mat.
I like that, unparalleled. McBride doing everything he can right now. He's got an arm trapped with a chicken wing and then using his leg to keep it from going anywhere. What he needs to do, just like that, is slip in the half Nelson, switch sides like that, and push as hard as he can. And then again, Hogg did a great job of basing out and bringing back up into a 4-position area where he's not able to be moved.
There are so many little intricacies in this sport. You see, he almost had him. Every time he threw that half, it looked like he was going over, and then he didn't. And that's no discredit to McBride on top. That is probably a lot of credit to Hogg on the bottom, because he knew how to control his body to not go over.
And that probably comes from his record, 18-1. You know he knows how to win matches, and he knows what it takes. Now he's just got to push a little bit harder. Down 5-2, if he hits a reversal and gets some back points, he's tied and could be potentially leaving the match right there. A dangerous situation. Again, with the checking wing, McBride is being told that he needs to watch how far he pulls up that arm. Again, it cannot go past 90. If it does, the referee doing a fantastic job of stopping it so it's not unsafe.
McBride pumping up the crowd here. He wants to return as a champion, but Hogg would love to pull out some last-minute heroics here, as he is a senior, and this is his last high school wrestling match of his career.
Hogg did a great job of standing up and attempting a switch, got to where he was facing him, but still could not get away enough to cause an escape point of 1 point. Hogg doing everything he can right now. 20 seconds left in this matchup. 5-2. McBride looks to be this year's 160-pound champion.
But anything can happen.
Exactly. 15 seconds left. We've seen it before. Hogg is going to start these last 15 seconds on bottom. If he hits a quick sit-out and switch and ends up on top to a back points, who knows what could happen.
McBride breaking him down. He's going to try and turn him to his back.
He's got to get past 90
points.
degrees in order to get points, and right now he still cannot get past that 90. The crowd counting down. 4 seconds left to go.
Not
the ref
quite sure
that.
what they were calling there. The arm, while it was extended across the back, it was at a 90-degree angle, so I'm not sure exactly what they called there, but that is the referee's job. If she thinks something dangerous, she's going to call it.
4 seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. McBride will repeat as champion. Last year at 152, this year at 160. He wins this match 5-3 against Aaron Hogg of Vincenza High School.
Overjoyed, show of respect here, shaking everybody's hand. He knows he just had a heck of a match with a very tough wrestler, but McBride does come out victorious.
And McBride is only a junior, so that means he's still got a chance to come back next year and could be a 3-peat DoDDS European Wrestling Champion. So
sure
congratulations to McBride this year.
You don't find too many 3-time DoDDS champions. But coming up at 170,
let's actually go down right now to our man, Sergeant Labuca.
This is your second win here already, and you're a junior. What's going through your head in your last match of the season?
It feels amazing. It's the hardest I've ever worked for anything in my life. It just feels good to be on the top of the podium again. Nothing like that feeling.
Hopefully we'll see you again next year. Congratulations.
I'll be in the States, sir.
Oh, well, start